If you've got a group who are ready to do some group singing, then rather than jumping straight in with a song, you could do lots of different warm-ups. You could do some chanting, you could do tongue twisters before you actually add any pitch, any notes to the singing. You could do breathing warm-ups and different exercises that just get you prepared for doing that singing. There are lots of ideas in the accompanying resource and actually even more online. What I would say is if things feel like a game, it can be a little bit less pressure on that singing, so you may well find that people are a bit more open to explore using their voices. Simple and familiar songs are a really great starting point once you are actually singing whole songs. You don't need to make it too complicated, and you don't need to move on too quickly either. Don't feel that pressure. There's lots of online places that you can go and search out different resources for this. There's places like Sing Up or Charanga, or if you want those split musical development levels, then Count Me In would be excellent. I just have a few more tips when it comes to helping your learners find their voices. The first one is that developing voices are probably higher than yours, and you want to make sure that you don't use too wide of a range in the melodies of the songs that you're singing. So, if you are working with early years or Key Stage 1 children, the recommendation is that you work between middle C and the A above it. You might not know what that sounds like, but don't worry, I have my keyboard here. So here is middle C, and the notes going up to the A above are like this. C, D, E, F, G, A. If you're working with learners who are a little bit older, going into kind of upper primary, then you could use C up to the C above it. So this is middle C, up to the C above. And that sounds like this. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. As you can hear, that top C is maybe a little bit higher than I might choose to sing. So if you have a voice that is much lower than mine, you might need to sing an octave below your learners. But it is important to try and pitch everything in a place that is comfortable for them. So it would sound like this. If you were trying for a C, but you have a lower voice, you'd be down here. It's right down in my boots. But if you have a low voice, try and go an octave below your singers. Finally, once you have found something that your learners enjoy singing or vocalising, don't be tempted to move on too quickly. Repeating activities is extremely valuable. You may well find that although some people have really got the hang of things, others are only just getting there. So try and think about how you could expand or broaden a piece of music or a song so you've got more options for the people who have already got it, and that you're giving time and space for the learners who are just getting to explore it at the beginning. You may find that as you repeat things that people get more in time or more in tune, and that's really important too. Hopefully, some of these tips will have been useful for your groups and that you have a really enjoyable time finding your learners' voices musically.